North Carolina against Duke. You don't have to say anything more than that. The starting lineup's on your screen, and because of an injury on that Duke side, Grant Hill out with a sprained ankle. Antonio Lang goes in. He matches against Lynch. In the middle, Christian Laettner against Eric Montross, and that might be the biggest problem as far as Carolina is concerned here this afternoon. The coaches, two of the best in the business. 31 years at Carolina. Man who has done it all, Dean Smith. And the coach who is currently doing it all and more, Mike Krzyzewski, the first since John Wooden to take a team to 4 straight Final Fours.
And it's going to be 5 straight Final Fours, Brent. He hates when I do that. I was on a plane with one of his assistants who's telling me, you know, Mike, why don't you lay off? It's so easy up here to do that.
Wouldn't be as much fun, would it, Trent? So for the last time at Cameron, Christian Laettner will tap it off to start the game. How it unfolded at Carolina. Remember in this game, Bobby Hurley suffered a broken bone in his foot. Missed all of about 3 weeks, then back for about 3 games.
Brent, that was one of the most physical games I've ever seen in the ACC.
And it's underway.
Customary man-to-man defense by the Bluebills. Carolina spreading the court.
Carolina wants to control an early tempo here and not get into a racehorse, I guess, in this arena.
And what they're trying to do is something maybe they're listening to us on the air. So that the way to beat Duke is to beat the guy who's guarding you. Right? Don't go into a team up. Beat the man who's guarding you. It creates those opportunities.
They got it nicely into Montross.
I've not seen Dean at the end of games. I've seen this, not at the beginning of the game. But this is something that I've always thought was important against them. Don't let their team defense beat you. Just beat the guy who's guarding you.
And Carolina applying a little pressure, so Laettner takes it outside, and Reese bangs the glass for Carolina. Their second possession, and they're not going to slow this one down. Lynch missing, hit out of bounds by Laettner.
So difficult to continue that type of play for a long period. I wonder if Dean is just trying to take the fans out of the game early. It's senior day. Don't allow the emotion of people to run wild and their team, get ahead of you. See how long he stays with this kind of offense.
Montross is all alone over there. So man, Laettner did a great job. He's out of bounds, but I want to tell you, as soon as he brought the ball down, Laettner slapped at it.
And that was the key. You very rarely see a Carolina player, big man, bring the ball down. They usually keep it right up there. See that? As soon as he brought it down, the senior came by and stripped it.
Montross has taken a page from Laettner's book. Been out high a couple of times here in the early going. Now he forms a great screen at Davis, who's been red hot, misses from the perimeter. But Carolina goes for the rebound. Offensive foul.
You like on the road to really get those and convert the opportunities that you get. This guy, Davis, has not missed many in the last month of the season. Great offensive board, and the ref, I thought he might have called travel. Usually the refs, they might give you a little traveling call there.
And Brian Reese muscled in apparently with his body. We didn't have a real good view of it. Montross snaps it down. In the early going, Carolina getting to the loose balls, Jimmy.
Yeah, very interesting. We'll have to see next time down. Carolina's defense got down. They didn't get a clear look at it, but they were giving up the perimeter shot. May not have been enough a man-to-man. Beat the guy who's guarding you, one-on-one, creates opportunities for other players.
Oh, Davis all alone underneath. What a nice play that was.
Let's see on the score. Carolina goes back to man-to-man. Might be doing one thing on a make, another thing on a miss.
Hurley takes the 3. And just like that, it's a one-point game.
And when he was gone, that's what they missed. Not only he's a north-south player, but he also hits the three-point shot. Hurley was definitely missed.
Muscle out from the baseline, and Lynch is open at the other end. And they've missed a couple of perimeter shots over here, but hustling back after it is Davis for Carolina. Well, I tell you, Carolina men are open. There's a 3 by Reese. They're wide open.
Kind of flat, isn't it, Brett? Even though it's such a big game, see this, and I think and a technical foul on Coach K. because his team's a little bit flat.
Dicky Paparo hit Coach K right now.
He said that was bad, I think he said.
I think so. A strategic move here. His team a little flat.
I really think, I know it caught me by surprise, and I would think it might have caught Coach K by surprise. Carolina has always gone toe-to-toe. I mean, up and down. I mean, I was at Florida State game, at Florida State, 110 to 90-something. They don't usually try to control tempo. This is a little bit different. But it also shows the great respect Dean has for Duke's basketball team, saying we have to adjust what we do to win the game. Normally, Dean says, hey, we're going to play the way we play. You adjust to us. He's adjusting, and it's 9-3. Working right now. You have to play that way with the lead. You don't ever, when you're behind, it doesn't work. Have to have the lead, which they have.
Now they can dictate with this 6-point lead here in the early going. Patiently working out here in the perimeter. 45 seconds, folks, can be a long time. Lopes missing, but an offensive rebound by Lynch, and a roll in for the Tar Heels, and they break early in this one.
And change of defense again. Now it's a 2-3 zone. Or their point zone, as Carolina calls it. It's more of a matchup. Wide open Hurley.
He's been their offense.
Only problem with that zone, if you're going to play it, you must stay in touch with three-point shooters.
Off Lynch's hands, Duke ball. Lynch is insisting that the ball was hit. Paparo may be coming in to change it.
He did. Mike's not going to like this.
Krzyzewski's going to jump all over him, and Paparo says, well, my position's on the other side here, Coach K. So Coach K eyeing him from across the floor, and he just signaled to him, that's 3 you've missed on me, Dickie. So Pat Sullivan handling the ball now for the first time on the floor for the Tar Heels. Really tried to steal it from Phelps. He got inside, and it's an easy lay-in for Lynch.
See, Brett, that's what happens when you beat one person. Just beat one person, somebody's going to be free. Find the open man. But you don't run your set offense that way. And as long as you can beat the guy, you can create some good scoring opportunities.
Davis off the dribble is fouled. Sullivan's first.
Carolina foul on number 3, Pat Sullivan, his first team second.
We'll see, Carolina normally tracks when it's out of bounds. I think they're playing all kinds of different stuff today. May not see that trap.
Change-up city, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Knocked away and out of bounds by Montross. I'm impressed with the quickness in the early going of the Carolina team.
They certainly had a game plan, and to this point, right up to the first TV timeout, it's probably worked perfectly. He couldn't have asked Dean Smith for more. To score 13 points and hold Duke to 6 at this point. See, there's the trap. There's the trap.
Now, Hurley's been the whole offense with those 2 threes.
And
pressured, gets it to Laettner. Couldn't get the wraparound, knocked out of bounds by Carolina.
See, but there was the trap. And as I say, normally, you kind of know what Carolina's doing in certain situations. You have to adjust to it.
Well, they got to the first break.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to recognize Duke.
Jimmy, I would guess that Coach K made some adjustments in that timeout.
No question. He was upset. I think he was a little surprised at the flatness of his own team. The way Carolina played, all of a sudden you're down, he got fired up. And, I mean, he attacked one of the officials, couldn't tell what for. But Mike knows his squad's got to play a lot harder. I think the adjustment that you make is what you say is, okay, now, if they're going to try and beat us one-on-one, deny everybody else the ball, lay off the dribbler a tad so he can't get by it. He'll know when to pass to. There's the trap. That'll be out of bounds.
Short on the 3, Antonio Lang with an offensive rebound. Hurley's been the whole game. 3 threes for Bobby Hurley, keeping Duke in the game in the early going. Big rebound by Lang was only their second of the game. They were being out-rebounded 5-1 until then.
See, that time Hurley, try not to let the dribbler get by you. Deny everybody else. Don't let him get by it. Lay off the dribble a little bit. See, there's the adjustment. And don't let anybody else get the ball. You see? And all of a sudden, your offense breaks down a little bit.
A 2, that is a 2-point shot by Hubert Davis, 6 for the game.
See now, again, the way I was. If the guy hits 3 threes, don't let him take another one. I mean, I don't care who else shoots. Don't let Hurley take a wide open shot. Don't help if somebody else tries. Stay with him. See, don't help that.
And into the hands of Lynch on the Hill miss. 15-9, Carolina with the ball in the early lead. Hooked as he came around by Lang.
Because he let him get by. The dribbler got by the defender.
And Grant Hill appears.
Brett, it's remarkable that Duke has played the level it has. When you're number one, everybody plays great against you. Then you get an injury to Hurley and then to Hill and still win games, especially like the game at UCLA. What a great win that was.
Some more substitutions for the Tar Heels. Rodel, Salvadori on the floor now with this team.
Regular passing game. This is their normal offense now. Now they're going to use some clock, try and get a good shot out of their normal offense.
Davis handling the ball, still on the floor. He's the key scorer for the Tar Heels. Rodel's all alone at the top of the three-point circle. Tapped back by Carolina and into the hands of Salvadori, stripped by Hill. He makes an impact immediately upon entering the game with that tender ankle. Oh, again! Short this time, gets it back. Beautiful pass. Beautiful pass to Lang. Three threes and a big assist for the point man from New Jersey, Bobby Hill.
Again, a mistake you don't see the Heels make often, not blocking out the shooter, and then Salvadori pushed off. I did see that one, and it is a foul. Good call. Laettner has been held scoreless. Again, you're trying to stop something, he gave up something else. Working hard at him, giving up some perimeter shots. Back to his own.
Being the good leader that he is, Hurley would like to get Laettner into the scoring column here early before that goes too far. A good floor captain knows where the big fellas are, and he likes to get them into that positive column if he can.
Well, Hurley's good. Well, I was going to say, they're going to get the perimeter jumper against that.
Well, Laettner will go do it himself, and it's rejected by Salvadori. Good shot blocker. Into the hands of Rodel now. Heels come down on the move. Davis off a fake. Crowd wanted traveling. They move it around to Reese.
Davis is free.
Three.
What a run again. Look at that smile. Look at he's had such a great run. Shooting the ball. It's been spectacular.
He had 115 points against North Carolina State, Florida State, Maryland, and Georgia Tech. That's the 4 previous games.
And he's shooting 52% from the field.
Speaking of shooting, there is Mr. Hurley again. That's only a 2, though. That time it's a 2, and it's 11 for the game.
I don't think Carolina can play better than they played, and they're only up 5. That's the bad news.
Davis. Rodel with an offensive rebound. He's fouled by Hill, I believe. Thomas Hill fouled him when he came down. Grant Hill was also there.
Fouls on Duke's number 12, Thomas Hill. His first. Team's second. Phelps and Montross return for...
Let me remind you that this is a doubleheader. Here in Game 2 of Domino's Pizza doubleheader coming up. Now, most of you have a real good one coming up next here on ABC. Missouri, Kansas. That's a very good game. I want to get Jimmy's feelings about that one before the afternoon's over. Out west, you'll see the amazing Trojans of USC. I'm so happy for George Raveling and that ball club out there playing so well this year.
Harold Miner came to the game, UC played game against Duke. I guess.
Oh, Reese Wade.
Very smooth.
Cut him off, Jimmy.
Yeah. But I guess when in town rivalry, if you win twice, you like to walk into the other guy's building. Say, here I am. Here I am.
He's a real basketball junkie, isn't he?
Hurley, 2
off a miss, an offensive rebound, and Hill could not get the putback. Roto fouled him underneath.
He's free. That's just one thing here. They're not having any trouble finding Hurley.
It's kind of interesting that Coach K was upset at the officials early because there have been 4 fouls whistled on Carolina and only 2 on Duke.
Yeah, I really believe that was a reaction to a couple of things. Number one is how Carolina attempted to play early. So, well, your coach say, this is not going to be up and down. You're not going to win this run 100 to 95 where they're going. Then his team is a little flat. And so, as a coach, you get so emotionally charged, you get up and you start yelling at who you should yell at. That's our prerogative. The strike shouldn't go. And Dick Capara, you have to yell at him.
Jimmy, you know what I find interesting about this area? I had a feeling that I'd come to a college football game. That's how important basketball is down here in Tobacco Road. So it's a 5-point lead by Carolina. They have led it all the way because of plays like this. We'll be right back. The Cameron Crazy.
Brent, you said it has a football environment. That's why. That group right there in the middle, especially the guy in the middle who's got the great, hey, looks like mine. Looks like my nose there. But anyway, the fact is those people camp out for 2 weeks, and they tailgate. And it is a festive party atmosphere out there as if you're at a football game.
The T-shirt said, "Go to heaven, Carolina." Right?
That's what it said.
Carolina ball now. They lead it by 5. They've led it all the way. They shot 57%, folks, 8 of 14. Duke is only 5 of 13 for 38%. Knocked away out of bounds by Davis. Carolina ball.
Well, we've got Cherokee Parks, the injured Cassini now. Laettner was out, and he had no points. And here's the Frosh, who a lot of people expect a great deal from, especially when Christian goes to the majors, goes to the bigs. Does that help?
And Davis alone. Cannot leave him out there. The way he's been shooting, that's 12 here for the first half for Hubert Davis.
They beat the dribbler. Duke rotated as they do so well. When you rotate and leave with Davis, so I don't think you should do that. Can't leave Hurley open right now. Can't leave Davis open right now because they're hot.
You would be tempted to leave Grant Hill alone since he hasn't played in a while.
And he takes no three-point shots. Doesn't shoot from out there. Inside. Wasn't a trick.
Now I would be tempted not to leave him alone.
Push him out. You got to push him out. He hasn't attempted it for the entire freshman.
Knocked away beautifully by Hurley, but into the hands of Carolina. 23-17. Tar Heels have led this baby all the way.
You know the confidence that Coach K has. A young coach would never sit down and start. So he knows it's a long game. A lot of basketball to be played.
Offensive foul is the call against Grant Hill. He was out of control, and goes against the power again.
Let's see if Dickey's got the ball right. Here comes Hill. Little spin dribble.
The last shot by Hubert Davis was a 3-point shot.
I think it could have been a no call.
23-17. Carolina up 6. Lynch missed that last jump shot. He was open down there. They get Montross knocked away. Out of bounds, saved beautifully that time by Cherokee Parks. Lynch at the other end. Deflection. So Laettner.
You better play a lot of people. I mean, it is so hot in this.
Oh, is it?
I mean, we might have needed 3 in the booth today, Brent. Today might have been a day. We need a sub possibly.
The garlic would have overwhelmed him. Taps it in. 23-19.
See, as soon as Duke got it close, they spread the court, try to beat the guys dribbling. Who you guys guarding?
Early stayed up tight on Phelps that time. Look to Montross, who gets behind Lang, fouled. So Grant Hill really had no choice. But the bang ends on that. That's his second personal of the game.
Is a two-time on the ball, and they rotate, and they get it to the big guy. Again, Coach Smith will be showing these films and saying, Eric, why are you bringing the ball down low? You've been working for 2 years now, keeping that thing up high.
Hit Montross off a play, triple teamed, and foul. They rule out a jump ball.
No, I think he got
they got the foul. They got the foul.
Number 32, Christian.
It was Duke Edsel working with Larry Rose and Dick Paparo, who got the foul in underneath. And on Laettner, that's his first in the 15 on Duke.
You know it's hot in here. Coach Smith took his jacket off. Doesn't usually do that. Got the jacket on in the first half.
0-0, Eric Montross, 2 shots.
What did he tell us, Coach Smith, when he came into the arena? He said, why don't they spend some money and buy some air conditioning?
You love to cause problems, I'm telling you, Miss Taylor.
Let's pour a little kerosene on this rivalry here.
He was a point guard here back early 70s.
Montross, 3 points on the afternoon. It's 24-19, a 5-point Carolina lead.
Back in zone. Carolina's changed defenses often.
Thomas Hill looks the three. It's a 2-point game, and Duke starting to show why it's number 1 this year. Offensive foul on Montross underneath.
Boy, that three-point line has changed the game so dramatically. You go to the zone. What are they, 3 threes already? Hurley with 2, and Thomas Hill with 1.
It's 9 of their 22.
Yeah, you can't play. You got to go back man. You're trying to change defenses.
It was 12. What am I thinking of? Hurley had 3 in there. The biggest Carolina lead was 11-3. Now it's 24-22. What's this about?
Have no idea.
Duke was bringing the ball up, and was it the 45-second clock that was malfunctioning? Is that possible?
I don't know. Paparo's going to call both coaches over. Mike doesn't even want to come. Mike says, that's all right. It's okay. You see, you don't want to go. So you're not allowed to talk to one without talking to the other. That's a rule.
Number 33, Kevin
They're adjusting the 45-second clock. They're brought it down to 38. So the clock must not have been functioning, and Edsel must have seen it coming up the floor. That must be what that is.
Phelps, one of the best on-the-ball defenders, really, I've seen this year. Does a super job of guarding the dribble.
Davis, it's a 2. Lang rejected Salvadori, second block. Laettner hustles after it, taken away from Hurley by Lynch, and Lynch fouled him.
Wide open 3 again. Good on the offensive glass by Duke and Salvatore. Don't be surprised. He leads the conference in blocks. You know, he's a terrific shot blocker. Great. Let's see. Oh! Ooh, all that talk to Paparo paid off, because that was all ball. That was not the foul.
Laettner still can't get in the scoring column here. It's a 2-point Carolina lead. Big possession for the Heels here. They'd like to come away with something quicker, so Phelps goes in to get it. Cannot. Taken back down by Lang, and here's Laettner. Oh, Hurley will go again. And from the side, Phelps, just as you said, on the ball, he's terrific.
Oh, gets right on it, makes it tough. best penetrators in college basketball, and here's one of the best defenders. Each time, it's a battle. Look at that. Ah, good help. Hurley won.
Hill.
Took a pass or two, but Hurley won that battle. He got by his man. Carolina had a switch, and that allowed that basket to be made.
Offense, Salvador. Jimmy, I hope you were watching yesterday. You were probably watching some basketball, but Wide World of Sports had the Iditarod, the start of it, and they're along with the World Challenge of Champions coming up again next Saturday. They're going to have the finish. Look at that dog. Look at those beautiful blue eyes on that husky. He'll try to roar into the finish line. And speaking of finish lines, the Florida Derby, 4:30 Eastern Time next Saturday. That was a wonderful show yesterday. And now it's Duke's ball. They trail Carolina by 2, 6:50 first half.
Hurley wide open against his own.
We'll take it. Ooh. Push off underneath, no call.
Oh, did they get away with it?
Technical. And I'll tell you what, Dean Smith is 100% right. He pushed him 3 yards.
There's no question. I thought he was an offensive lineman blocking for the quarterback. What a forearm.
Good extension of the arms underneath. Watch the left side. Oh, yes.
He goes flying. Oh, my goodness. He was right there.
Well, it's Brian Davis's last game here in Cameron.
He allowed one push on the left side of the line.
The conference allows you one.
He picked up the blitz. Picked the blitz, knocked him down.
You better get ready. The
My World League, that's it. It's my World League. I had a great 3 days doing it. It's a lot of fun.
It is. You'll love it.
Your friend Dick Vermeer
Oh, he's wonderful.
taught me a whole lot at line play and everything else. We just saw some good play. That's Laettner's first points.
1 point for the game on that technical free throw. Now it's Duke's ball, so each coach
What a piece.
here in the first
That's
half.
what hurts, though. You lose the ball. They had the ball. You'd already given up a basket. So far it's been a 3-point play. If they score 2 or 3 here, it's a 5-point play. So it could be very significant.
On the 3, Duke takes its first lead of this game. 27-26 at the 6:28 mark. So this is the first time the Blue Devils have been ahead. They have the ball right now. But, you know, it was a terrible non-call. I mean, Carolina should have had the ball and not having given up 3 points. Instead, it cost them 5 points.
5-point play. And they're pressing. And the crowds come to life.
Oh, wide open is Davis. And he has scored 14 in the first half.
Having an absolutely phenomenal season.
Losing it. Sullivan wraps it up. At the numbers. See what they do this time. Oh, did he come hard that time? Brian Reese with 7 points in the first half.
He has that ability, Brent, to glide and not foul. He can go to the basket and not charge.
Giving Carolina back a 1-point lead.
Excellent ball.
Laettner and Duke's out. Put it down.
Now Davis got caught.
I mean, that's terrible officiating. In this situation, why would you call it now? I hate that.
Team foul. Bobby Hurley returns to the lineup.
They gave Laettner the field goal. Now they called Davis for the foul that he should have had about 2 minutes ago. It's a 31-30 Duke lead. Not the kind of thing that you want to determine the outcome of this game, I'll tell you that.
Really stepping up the defensive pressure. You can see that steal coming, Brent.
Laettner puts it on the floor. He's pretty ball handler. Lang showing something here.
Well, Laettner showed the versatility he has. He put the ball on the floor for a jump shot. He then got a steal, went the length of the court, delivered the pass.
Jimmy, I'm telling you, Lang with 3 field goals, too.
Laettner's tired, though. I've been watching him. He's a little fatigued. A lot of emotion your last game, especially the career he's had here, too.
Davis. Put it down. And a foul goes against Grant Hill, and that's number 3. Big foul, number 3 on Hill. And about 4.5 minutes, we'll take you on into halftime, and we'll take a look back through this year's Foot Locker Slam Fest. That will be coming up at halftime of our Duke Carolina game here. 33-32, Duke up 1. Thomas Hill comes in to replace Antonio Lang. I'm sort of surprised that Coach K is leaving Grant Hill on the floor with 3.
You know, he I think needs him to just get in his playing shape. When Bobby Hurley came back, and I talked to Mike about that, he said he was in shape but not playing shape. And I too am a little bit surprised. He's got to come out of the game. His third foul. He can get in playing shape in the second half.
You know, Jimmy, I really seldom jump on officials. I just think it's the toughest thing in the world, and I think that overall they do a wonderful, wonderful job.
I feel a jump coming. I feel a jump coming.
I think this game's been horribly officiated.
Well, there's been some, I think, early technical and a couple of push and shoves. It's an emotional, hey, it's Duke Carolina.
That's right. And it's also tied at 33 with 4:20 to go.
Mismatch here. Mismatch, Montross and Laettner. Absolute mismatch. Forget it. Count to 2. You can't guard him. Not out there, he can't.
He was scoreless until a technical foul, and now he's poured in 7 points.
Great thing about him is he lets the game come to him. He's a veteran. Doesn't force things. Against UCLA, I didn't think he was playing all that well. Let the game come to him. He's had about 29.
Loda's open. Cloak to the floor. Hurley loses it. Montross. And he's on the line.
He carried it back court. He brought it back with him. Good call.
Reese checking back into the game for Carolina. Got a timeout. And this telecast is being produced with its starting lineup on the floor, which means Antonio Lang has replaced Grant Hill. Hill did not start today because of that injured ankle. He is plagued with 3 fouls. He scored 4 points. Bobby Hurley leading Duke in the first half with 11. Hubert Davis leading Carolina with 15 points.
And Carolina's back in that zone, which is giving up all the 3-point shots. And guess what? There's one more.
Underneath contact.
They were fortunate. Heels were fortunate to get away with that. I mean, Bobby Hurley had a spot up, no dribble jumper. He knocks that down. It's 38-33. And all of a sudden, Duke might extend that lead. And a great first half. You'd be down 8-10 points.
18 fouls on Duke with this call against Thomas Hill. 2. Roto coming to the line for Carolina.
Not a great free throw shooter. Roto's had a 55.6%. Not that one.
Number 33.
Salvadori returning.
Kevin Salvadori replaces Eric Montross for North Carolina.
Carolina goes back to man. Appears they have. I love this little battle here, right here of Hurley and Phelps with him. Phelps giving a little bit more room. Giving a little bit more room. They're going to double him.
They get it to Davis.
Ooh.
Rejected by Salvadori. Reese puts it on the floor.
Salvadori become a great shot blocker.
Lynch looks into Reese. Short, and Salvadori went after it.
Lynch.
And foul goes against him. That's number 3.
Foul is on Kevin Salvadori, his 3rd personal foul.
Nice pass. Good shot. Excellent follow-up. Another good shot, but sometimes they won't go down. They get Salvadori.
So he'll sit because of the 3 foul situation. Montross returning, and Davis replaces Roto for Carolina.
Shooting 1-1 for the Blue Devils will be number 32, Christian Laettner.
Laettner shoots 81% from the line. When you think about what he's done, they really hasn't played a Laettner game. But then again, maybe it is, because the game that comes to him. He's blocked, he's rebounded the ball, he's led a fast break, he got a steal, he hit a jump shot off a dribble, he hit a jump shot, he drove the hole from half court. He's done just about everything.
Jimmy, the worst thing about the technical on Dean Smith is it got Laettner going. That was his first point, was hit that free throw, and now he's poured in 9.
And that's something?
Giving Duke a 2-point lead, 37-35. Reese all alone. Can't put the tying basket in, but he comes back with an offensive rebound and the hoop.
Kid's going to be a terrific player here. He's just gotten better from the beginning of the season. We had him earlier till now. He's so much more confident. As soon as he develops an outside shot, he's tough to handle. Up, we got that mismatch again.
And Laettner hits a three.
What happened, Brett? That time, Montrose said, I got to get away from him. Can't get that close. He'll drive by me. So, 6'10" guy hits a 3-point.
He's pressing at the other end and into the hands of Christian Laettner.
That's a shot Reese has got to develop.
Oh, Phelps comes up with it. Lynch got an open man. It's Davis. Davis on the move. Put it down and threw the foul. I can't believe he was fouled. What a great effort.
Oh, you make a pass, you go to one-handed, put it. I didn't see the foul either. But what a, so let's see. Lynch gets it up high. There's the catch. Oh, Dicky Tack. He just, watch this. Watch, they're going to call a foul. Where's the foul?
I'm telling you, I can't believe it. This is the most phantom-called game I've ever seen in my life. It's Casper the Ghost now. Fouling people.
My goodness. You don't see that often. Terrific free throw shooter.
In Carolina. In the point.
Oh.
Laettner.
I must be crazy, I guess. I mean, terrific three-point shooter. Laettner is. So is Hurley. Played a wonderful half from down 4. Bring it down.
Cuts it in half. Five for Montrose. Remember, he hit the game's first hoop with a put-in. That's only the second field goal of the game, so even almost 18 minutes
Just
between
a
hoops.
real bad matchup, Montrose and Laettner matchup. You pointed out, Brent, the game. It's just a bad matchup for you.
He's just eating him up outside. 18. Christian Laettner's last game at Cameron. Davis hits a three.
Maybe they should just go one-on-one, those two guys.
That's 22 points for Davis.
Maybe they should go one-on-one, huh? Guess who they're going to go to here? Up. Dean Smith. Now you got it. Oh.
Away. Carolina can tie it. Here's Davis. Misses, but put in by Lynch ties it.
That time Duke didn't read the matchup change. Now they put Lynch on Laettner, but that means Montrose still had a guard. It was guarding an even smaller play. And now Carolina goes zone, and when they do that, what's been happening? 3-point shot. It's
Well, if you like college basketball, this is the place to be.
This has been a terrific game, strategy-wise, performance. Probably going to wind up with either Hurley penetrating or getting a three from somebody. You like to go with about 8 seconds. Right now. Well,
Hill misses the three. Laettner tries to save it. And we'll go to the locker room tie.
Duke 46, Carolina 46.
Duke and North Carolina all even at 46 apiece. It's the fourth time this game has been tied. Halftime coming up. Walk-on guard Ron Burt. He probably will see a few seconds at least at the end of this game.
if you're a fan, you're really sorry to see Laettner go. If you're the opposing coach, you're saying, he's been here 8 years, I think.
Bobby Hurley, Duke's first possession to start the second half.
Set play.
Pushing inside away from the ball against Carolina. And that's the second foul on the line.
Why that's a great play, Brendan. Duke used to love to run is a double screen on the baseline. You think is going to be for the normal type jump shooter, Thomas Hill. And then Laettner sneaks out the backside, and he hits a shot. And that was called, obviously, at halftime. Laettner hit that same shot against UCLA last week. Three-pointer really led the Blue Devils getting the W. Oh,
beautiful pass by Hurley.
All right, if you're Dean Smith, you're going on the road, you're at Duke, first 5 minutes, second half, going to control. Make sure that at the TV timeout, at the 16-minute mark, that's why he went to this. That's why he spread the court. Doesn't want to see a run early by Duke.
Lang's field goal gives Duke a 2-point lead.
Good decision by the coaching staff. Say, hey, we're not going to let him come out all fired up. Run off 8 straight points, timeout, place going crazy. But you got to score.
Phillips hasn't scored yet. Reese gets it. Hits Davis. He scored 22, make it 25.
They stop the initial play, and then because you don't get the rebound, you wind up with a 3-9. You see them got Montross on Lang as opposed to
Knocked away.
Lynch on Laettner.
Lynch coming out of his hand guard in Laettner, and he's called for the personal. So Lynch picks up 2 quick ones here in the second half, 3 for the game.
Foul was on number 34, George Lynch, his third personal foul, second team foul.
Here's that drive. You say that that man hasn't scored, but keeping the ball alive gets it to this man, who seems to score most of the time.
Salvadori replaces Lynch, and like Lynch, Salvadori saddled with 3 fouls.
And, most open guy. Gets the ball in bounds.
Short that time, taken away beautifully by Lang underneath. Couldn't come up, a lot of contact, no whistles. Hurley. Fouls out. Here's Thomas Hill.
Excellent work on the boards.
Phelps gliding in, and he's on the board. And with that field goal, his first of the game, Carolina goes up 1.
Certainly the Heels have responded to the opening 5 minutes in the second half.
Hill again.
So many weapons. Talk about Hurley at the beginning of the game, then Laettner at the end of the half. And now Hill coming in.
And a turnover. And behind his back to Hill. And Phelps, great defensive player, sticks with it. Hurley tries to take it away. On the floor, loose. And it's Carolina. Phelps short. Back into the hands of Phelps. Tries to whip it around. Lynch bangs it in. So both Lynch. I made a mistake a short time ago. I thought they'd taken Lynch out of the game. They had not. They have left Lynch on the floor with Salvadori.
Sure, Dean Smith still you can't afford that matchup problem he had in the first half. That guy.
Laettner is forced out.
Ooh.
Are they going to call a personal on this?
You have to. See, there's no such thing as a force out. So if you blow that whistle, in the old NBA, you used to have that force out call. It's no foul when you retain possession. But now that's foul number 4.
You know what? He did body it.
So the refs did a good job. Say it, Frank. Say it.
I apologize. Refs were right on that.
There you go.
That's the 4th personal of the game for Lynch, and he'll say. Wide open Thomas Hill. Short on the shot. Laettner can't get control. Hill does. Grant Hill to save, but into the hands of Reese. Reese looking for the shot, and Hurley fouls it.
Part, I think, of the calls coming so quickly is Game 1 this year in Chapel Hill was absolutely brutal. So physical, as you see, a little body by Hurley. They made the call, but the game, I mean, it was bloodshed. If you recall that game, it was.
Montross was bleeding.
Oh my goodness, it was just tough and physical. So refs, I'm sure, want to make sure they control that.
Phelps hits the score, and Davis with another three. That's 28.
Think about that. There's the guy Phelps. I mean, hasn't made a basket all day. You go after him, and he throws that pass to give the one guy who has missed one. Up the zone.
Carolina builds a 4-point lead.
I guess we'll see a three. From Hurley.
And it's 14 for Bobby Hurley.
What do I know? I'm just up here.
He was a zone buster, isn't he?
I've said it before. You're going to play.
Words are being exchanged right now between Salvadori and Davis. And now the Carolina coaching staff is outraged. Dean Smith is out saying a technical should have been called. We've got a timeout. Picture of cool, but not today for Dean Smith. This is emotional. As we broke away for commercial, Smith was saying to the officials, you talk to me, not my players. Come over here and talk to me about this problem. Meanwhile, Hubert Davis is carrying the load, 28 points for Smith, and he's hit 5 of 6 from three-point land. Carolina up a point.
How come the assistants weren't sweating like that? You ever notice that? I mean, they was like they thought they were up in Buffalo somewhere.
Hurley gambles on the steal. Phelps keeps control. Cut off by Thomas Hill. This is Reese. Off Salvadori's hands, Duke ball. Check that scoreboard. Right now, Villanova going into Syracuse and winning it by 20. Someone explain the Big East to me.
What are you doing, Villanova? I mean, it's the 18. They've lost so many games.
Murray State to the tournament. Purdue a winner today in the Big Ten. Here it's Hurley through, and Duke leads it.
Just a great north-south player. Gets by people. Hits it from the outside. Can drive. And just a terrific point guard. Pressure the ball. Make him pick up his dribble.
Montross deep. His third shot of the game, and he followed it up with a little exclamation point. 7 points for the game. The line up 1 now. We'll go seesawing down in the second half.
Zone.
Beautiful touch. The clock over Montross, and he put a saddle on him.
There's nothing intentional there. Everybody calm down. He dunked it, and he wound up riding Montross. There was that. Look at this. He comes in, Brent. Boom. Now, then he just saddled him up. One step. Bam. Play little Roy Rogers.
Yeah, but Montross was having none of being triggered. 59-58 Duke, 14-52. Thomas Hill out on Sullivan as the officials trying to clamp down, and that's his third.
Maybe who's left who wins this with the foul situation?
Lodel checks in for Carolina.
He's got 3 fouls.
Chorus of boos serenading Eric Montross as he sits.
The versatility of Laettner. He guarded Roll on the perimeter.
Knocked away by Laettner and out of bounds.
I'm saying very little he can't do out there. Guards the smaller players, he guards you inside, shooting outside.
That's not the beginning of a mustache Christian Laettner is wearing. He obviously took an elbow or something in that facial area. That's a bruise on that leg. The three by Hubert Davis. Wow, 31 for the game.
Holy cows, he did it.
Defense on him. You do anything, Jimmy?
I do that, but again, it's what you have in your bag of tricks. That's not what Mike does, and he will do it. They play straight man, and we'll have to. Somebody's got to reach down and guard it.
Into the hands of Roller.
Uh-oh, he was free for a second. That's Grant Hill's job. The team defense got to help.
Beautiful pass. And Sullivan couldn't hit the layup. Davis drew the defense, got the ball in his hands at the right place, and he couldn't cash in. Big miss. Now Laettner to her. And into the hands of Salvador. No open man, no defense. Roto for two.
Well, fatigue might want to call timeout. Yes, he does.
Carolina builds a 4-point lead, and the way this one's going, that's huge right now, folks. We'll come right back.
Check defense. Let somebody else hit a three.
Well, Williams is on the floor now for Carolina. A young man seeing some action here in Cameron. This is not a really high-scoring five for Carolina. They're going to be looking for point men here pretty soon. Roller muscles in and misses a shot. Laettner's got the rebound, and as he comes out, he's fouled by Sullivan.
Obviously, coach is worried about the heat and the fatigue factor. Which means trying to get some quality minutes out of a couple other guys and then go to his bench.
Number 3, Sullivan.
He's going to send Salvadori back into the game and sit Montross. Salvadori 3 personals, Montross 1.
And the Heels are up 4. The timeout was called. If Duke scores here in just 2 possessions, they will have regained the lead.
Davis has been fairly quiet for Duke today. Thomas Hill. Sullivan.
2 3-point shooters in there now for Duke, Thomas Hill and Laettner. Guard that.
What about Carolina shooters?
Well, right now he's the only one right there. If he doesn't score,
It's going to be tough for this group.
they're not going to score. If he doesn't score, they're not going to get any points.
Davis has to give it up. Thomas Hill with a nice take.
Look for Dean to go to his bench quickly. He just lost the lead. Now his play is to go inside. Here's the call to get the ball inside to Salvador in a lob pass. They clear out the side. There's the call. I saw it out on the bench. Here's the
Muscles
ball.
his way in on Laettner, and Laettner makes a clean block. Now Grant Hill puts it down. Carolina needs scores.
All a game of personnel. Dean Smith made the proper call, got the ball inside. I saw it coming. All right, but Salvadori not the match for Laettner.
Davis on Davis. Contact on the inside. Call goes against Duke.
Fouls on Duke's number 21.
I want to remind you again about the doubleheader coming up. Texas A&M, Texas, USC, Washington State. And Jimmy, the one I want to ask you about the Big 8 showdown, Missouri against Kansas.
Obviously, the game is in Lawrence, so you got to go with Kansas. But Missouri's had a remarkable year. Norm Stewart has really, he's played half court really, they go up and down. Anthony Peeler, the best open court player. I love Chance. Roy Williams, I love the way the team plays. They could be back in the Final Four, too.
Michigan with the lead halftime over Indiana. Here, Duke is up 66-63, 10-28. Duke is on a 7-0 run right now over the last 2.5 minutes. Carolina love to get Davis back into the scoring column. Montross is over.
Brett, that was the same call exactly that they had before Salvador. Salvador, a better shot blocker. Montross, a better scorer. The team went to the same play, except you put it on the other side of the court. Good call.
Fully off the fake. Not Davis. And that's a 2. That's his second field goal of the game.
Got to be real careful here. Carolina's got to match. Points got to come back.
Deflected. Good ball. Grant Hill did it, and here's her. Beautiful pass. Lang traveled.
If the run was coming, Brent, that would have made it a 5-point game. Run was coming.
Big turnover as Laettner returns. Turnovers for the day. Carolina 10, Duke 7.
Your job on the bench right now as a coach is to try to get to the position of the game where you can win late in the game. Got to get to the 4-minute mark within a bucket or 2. You don't want to be down against Duke by 10 as the fans start jumping up and down. Not sure what effect that's supposed to have. Except to lose the change in your pockets. I don't know what that's going to do. Still doing a heck of a job right now defensively on Davis. When I'm watching that matchup, Hill's really doing a good job. We'll let him get the ball. See, we'll not let him get the ball.
Keeping the ball out of his hands. Thomas Hill.
Great job.
Chasing him all over. And they hit Phelps for a driving miss. Oh, he had the layup. Long pass to Hurley. Tracks it down for Duke. Misses everything off Lynch's hands. Duke ball.
See, but Mike Krzyzewski, Duke has made adjustments. They don't play a trick defense. But what Mike said was, Thomas Hill, just guard Davis. Don't help. And you saw him. He didn't help. He just stayed with him. That's the adjustment from the bench. That's made, and it's working.
Number 33, Kevin Salvadori, replaces Eric Montross.
Montross sits again. Salvadori in for a defensive set here at 8:43. Duke up by 3.
Oh, what a move.
Roll with a spinner. Didn't get the roll. Knocked into Davis's hands. And they need to get Davis back into the scoring column. He's at 31 here today. Drive by Reese.
It's really amazing what players, especially young players, what they do well. And that's what they're going to do. That's what scouting reports look for. Let Reese take an outside shot. Get off. On him. Shot clock's not moving. Nobody knows it but us.
Steal by Davis. To Phelps.
Great fake.
Oh! Laettner got him past him and hit the layup.
Great. And the shot clock still. Oh, it just started. Great.
Carolina up 1. 4 for the game for Derek Phelps.
Here comes Laettner, come up this side.
Thomas Hill forces one through the foul. He'll come to the line. It's on Hubert Davis. That's his first personal.
Carolina foul on number 40, Hubert Davis, his first personal.
Let's see, there's the drive, and up, he fouled him on the head. Didn't touch the ball at all, but he did foul him. Smacked him.
How about the shooter using his body to go into the defensive play?
Yep, and Thomas Hill does that well. You see Davis also do that well, but when he had that advantage, I don't think it was a foul at that particular time. Great job of game maintenance. You know, you talk about having 2 of the better coaches, 2 of the best, you know, in the business, and you can see it here. I mean, just the moves they're making, the subtle move defensively, the call from the bench offense. You mentioned Salvadori coming in to play defense, Montross to play offense.
stays tied at 69. 7.5 minutes to go.
Inside, they call that play again. There it is. They called it again. And Laettner defended it. That's great. When the players can have recognition.
To Phelps, who's open.
Excellent stuff out there. Just really good recognition by the players and execution.
7-9.
Oh, they got a pick and roll. Laettner double team. Man's going to be free. Laettner's free. Laettner's free. Laettner's free.
Missing the three. An offensive rebound. And Davis had the ball launched in.
You don't see that often.
Carolina 71, Duke 69. We'll take one more look at this.
Normally you have a better touch than that.
And we'll return to ABC's college basketball after this word from our ABC station.
If you've been
Well, North Carolina hitting 55% here in the second half, and Duke 43%.
What you'll see here is a young man, Reese, who can really drive to the basket. And he went right by everybody. He's really smooth, but what you need to do to guard him is to just get up enough to discourage the outside shot, but enough room away from him where he can't get by it.
One of the numbers that we tend to overlook with regard to Christian Laettner, career rebounding. 7 more today. He's the ACC all-time leading rebounder at 1,070.
Ooh, Duke comes out with a trap. I don't usually look for too many full-court pressing situations.
Davis has one put back in his face by Lang.
With some kind of set play from out of bounds. This is going inside. They're going to try to go inside with this play again. See the call coming. Backdoor.
It's Lynch to Rodel. Snap the Reese back inside to Montross left hand. And Lynch is underneath, has it stripped. Davis puts it down. Goes the distance for the layup.
Wow, no call. One way or the other. Bodies are flying. We're tied again.
Six minutes regulation. Davis. Montross battling Hill. Duke ball.
Tough shot. Again, Laettner forced Davis to shoot over that outstretched 6'11" arm. That's what probably caused the miss. Well, we're at winning time. Last week, UCLA, Duke tied with about 2:35 to play. Bam! Duke's about a 10-point win. About the 5.5-minute mark. When Duke does its best work. Watch Laettner coming out the wing. Oh, I knew they were looking
into the passing lane. Lynch was ready.
I'd love to make that call.
Tried to get Montross, bad pass into the hands of Lang. Duke comes back. Lang, Duke leads.
Great pass by Bobby Hurley. We've got a player down. Who's Hubert Davis? I got hit in the face. See, great decision here. Great decision hitting the trailer.
For the Tarheels.
Still didn't see anything there.
It was more of a leg injury than up in the
I think it had to be. He was holding his head, but that was in pain, I believe. Might have gotten the thigh. He hit the thigh. Yep, knee on knee. That happens often.
a look down at his foot on this drive. See if it locks up when he gets it.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
Stepped right on it, didn't he?
Stepped on his foot. Well, they certainly, you have to take him out or you have to call a timeout. One or the other. Once that trainer and the coach comes out, you either make substitution or call timeout and keep him in the game, then take him out. They can ill afford to say, Mike Krzyzewski imploring the student body to get going. You say, we need you.
5-minute mark. 73-71. We've had 10 lead changes this half. Beautiful pass, and Laettner jumped in and forced traveling.
That happens, Brent, because when you're in this league, as long as Mike is, anytime a Carolina player, big man, spin dribbles, they set up a back door. So they got caught, but Laettner's been in this league 4 years, too. And he was in a proper position. It's hard to trick each other when you play each other twice, 3 times a year.
Your lead is 5.
Critical possession.
Foul on Brian Davis.
Can Duke finish or what? They are as fine a finishing team.
I think one of the most puzzling games of the year was their loss to Wake Forest when they couldn't finish.
Up by 10.
Here at 76-71 Duke, 4:28 to go. This is the biggest Duke lead of the game. Lang turning in some quality minutes today for Duke. Grant Hill checks in.
What a relationship between team and student section.
Davis has it rolling. What a score he is. 33 points for the game.
Pick and roll, high pick and roll.
Lob inside to Thomas Hill on the fake. It's an easy one. That's 14 for Thomas Hill.
That works because you have to come out on Laettner, otherwise he hits the 3.
Lynch bangs one in.
He's responding. Whenever Laettner gets the ball, Brent, top of the key. He can shoot it, he can drive by you, and he can pass. That's what makes him so difficult to defend. They got Phelps on him. Ooh, little trick D.
Hurley.
Team went to a box and one, and Hurley hits the 3.
19 for Bobby Hurley. 81-75 Duke. Davis. 35 for Davis. That's his career high.
You're going to play trick defenses. You can't just play them against one player. If a team has 2 shooters, then you must guard 2. If they have 3, then you got to play man-to-man. It only works when the club has that one guy, like you might want to do it against Carolina. You can take Hubert Davis, and now who's going to take the outside shot? You guard Laettner a man-to-man, and Hurley a 3. So you got to guard Hurley and Laettner.
And Duke brings seconds down off the clock.
See, just a box and one. You got to stay with, there's so many weapons. You got to guard Hurley.
Hill.
See?
That's 16 for Thomas Hill. The lead is at 6.
Too many weapons. You have too many weapons.
And this telecast is being produced in association with Raycom Sports. We'll be right back.
Very close. If you're going to call it intentional, we're it's not right at the end of the game, there's one you might call. The guy drove by, was going to the basket.
Leading the line will be Ryan Davis, 1-1.
Davis shoots 74%.
Number 31, Ryan Reese, replaces Eric Rogel, Henrik Rogel for the Tarheels.
You're tied to Duke to get to the 5-minute mark. Boy, is it the pendulum swing in their favor. There you go.
How are they going to replace some of those senior students?
You know, so I was talking to the students before the game. They mentioned, they asked me, did I feel they rubbed that guy's head? You spent $22,000 on him. He was sitting there with half a ball on his head, being rubbed by other students. But they were saying, do the fans help? And I said, yeah, fans do help. But the team is really, you know, what beats you. They said, oh, but we're really helping. They were telling me 3 seniors were graduating. There he is. He's graduating this year. Those 3 guys are graduating. They're going to be replaced by rookies. How can rookies handle it? Not just the loss of Laettner. There you go. I mean, you can't just replace these guys. Some freshman coming in, you're going to tell him, put the ball on your head, or get it. You're the U in the Duke.
These guys got 1300s on their SATs. There's Sullivan. Stepped out of bounds.
That's it. Stick a fork in them. I think they're done.
As Don Meredith would say, folks, turn out the lights.
Turn out the lights.
This party's over.
And if they make free throws, it could be a double-digit loss. And Carolina's played great tonight. Absolutely great. Great game plan. Executed it well. Got to that 5-minute mark. And these guys take over. Can't press him.
Phelps appears to be injured over here in front of the Carolina bench, and at the conclusion of the game, we're going to show you the Quaker State toughest play of the game. Right now, Phelps has to tough it out. We've got a break on the floor. Duke leads it 85-77. Was tied at 71. Since then, Duke has outscored Carolina 14-6. They lead at 85-77 with 32 seconds remaining. And after the game, stay tuned for the Budweiser postgame report.
Tonight was diagramming like crazy. The players say, we got this thing won, Coach.
Laettner traveled, didn't he? They say he was pushed back and fouled by Rogel.
Coaches worry right to the last shot. Players say, hey, we're pretty good. We got this one under control.
Number 33, Grant Hill, returns to the good lineup. And number 40, Hubert Davis. And number 31, Ryan Reese, return to the Tarheels. Replacing Brian Davis.
So Brian Davis comes off the floor and embraces his coach for the last time in Cameron. Now he goes down the line, high-fiving his teammates.
That's why you got to have seniors, Brett. Otherwise, you have no emotion on senior day.
And there will be some emotion when this young man comes off the floor.
And it may be right now.
And Ron Bird is going to enter the game. He is the 3rd senior, so he will make an appearance here at the 32nd mark.
I think Laettner's coming out with 31 seconds. Think that's what he's coming out for? What do you think? Coaches worry. Coaches worry. 10 points, 30 seconds. Might not happen. Let's see. Let's see. Yes! Yes!
Meanwhile, Williams comes in, missing for Carolina, and Grant Hill muscles the rebound down. Final seconds tick away.
Well, Danny Ferry was here, Brett, and I said, I don't know if anybody was going to have a better career than he had in his 4 years. He was in the Final Four his first game. But this guy right here really has been remarkable, no question. Maybe one of the best ever. You know,
if he gets to the Final Four, do you realize he will have made it in each of his 4 years? See, when Lou Alcindor was out at UCLA, he couldn't play as a freshman. I'm sure that now Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I'm sure that he would have made it 4 straight years. That's how good that ball player was.
When you look at next year, here I am talking next year, I'm talking like a fan now. You know, we're not even into the AC tournament yet, but when Laettner's gone, it's all on Cherokee Parks. When Danny Ferry left, everybody said, well, they're going to really miss him, but then step that kid Laettner, who was magnificent. Next year, it'll be Parks trying to follow Laettner.
You know, this is the best love affair between student body and basketball team that you can find anywhere in the land, and it's going to be interesting just to watch the emotion as this one winds down. Remember, this is revenge, and how sweet it is for Duke anytime they can get a win over North Carolina. But this one's going to mean even more.
That's 12 points. That's going to be the Devils. Oh, yes! Get in! Oh!
Duke wins it 89-77. Laettner, in his final game at Cameron, was scoreless in the first half until the 6.5-minute mark when Dean Smith was assessed a technical foul. He hit a free throw and went on a tear, winding up with 18 points in the first half and 26 for the game. And the Quaker State toughest play of the game is Christian Laettner not going inside, but taking his game outside.
That's a tough play if you're the opposition. I'll tell you that. We have the 6-foot, 10-inch guy knocking those down.
And that is the Quaker State toughest play of the Duke North Carolina game.
26.
We'll be back with Coach K and Christian Laettner in a moment. We're back. It's 89-77. The mob scene here at Cameron, somewhere down there with all the loving students, is the man who has done a remarkable job with this program through the years. Coach Mike Krzyzewski is with us, and Coach K, I know how pleased you are to close out this final game here for this senior class with a victory today. Nice going.
Well, it's a very emotional day, and Carolina played great. It was a great college basketball game. I'm not sure if you can see two better individual performances than Laettner's and Hubert Davis's performance. And I thought our kids were really tough and hung in there, and we got an exceptional performance off the bench from Grant Hill. And we're really pleased. This senior class is they've done special things for me as a coach, and kind of like Lowen Wittenberg did for Valvano, you know. And
Mike,
it's emotional.
Mike, we talked about how your team closes last week against UCLA. It's on the road, a couple of minutes to play, and boom. And it seems to be so confident. And just talk about the last 5 minutes and how you feel about this ball club at the end of games.
Well, Jimmy, when we have our entire team, we practice that a lot. And Bobby's so cool out there. And our guys, we don't just have one option. So we can go to a number of different things, and they want the shot. They want the shot at the end of the clock, and we've won so many games that way. It's really them. I mean, I'm in awe of what they do at times, because they want the pressure shot, and it's not just one of them, it's all of them. And when we have that whole group out there together, it's tough. It's a really tough team to beat if we got a lead in the end of the game.
That confidence comes from the coach, and I know that.
I don't look very confident right now, I'll tell you that.
Hey, Mike, how does this team compare with last year's coming into the ACC and the NCAA tournament?
Well, we're behind last year's right now only because of the injuries we've had over the last 5 weeks. I think if we use this week in the tournament to get us ready for the NCAAs, maybe by the first or second round of the NCAAs, we can be back where we were in January. But it's a real good group. It's a fun group to coach, and I think it's a group that you have to beat. They won't lose.
All right, Coach. I know you want to be with your team.
Thank you.
Pass that mic on over to Christian Laettner, and when we come back, we will hear from Christian, who played his final game today at the Cameron Indoor Arena.
For about 10 to 15 years, and what it means to me is that it's the funnest place to play college basketball. I knew that coming into college when I left high school, and that's why I came to Duke, because I wanted that type of situation.
Christian, I've really admired the progress your game has made. I think the thing that impressed me the most is how you let the game come to you now. I don't know if you even know it. 6 minutes and 38 seconds to go in the first half. You had no points. Yet those last 6:38, you scored 18. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, thank you, Coach. I think it's a case where, you know, I'm not going to go crazy if I'm not touching the ball and not getting all my shots. And my teammates realized that I have to touch the ball eventually. And I just kept moving. I kept getting open, and I was making some shots off the dribble today. So when that happens, things are going to start going good for me.
All right, Christian, thank you very much. We'll have you pass that mic along to teammate Brian Davis, who played his last game here, and we'll come back and hear from him as Christian's happy parents look on. Their son's last appointment at the Cameron Indoor Arena. We're coming right back. Well, there are also some blue-collar guys on this Duke team. One of them is Brian Davis, and I think folks are just starting to appreciate what he means to this basketball team. Brian, congratulations, and talk about your feelings of closing out your career here at Cameron.
I think, firstly, it's been beautiful because the fans have been so supportive, and I think it's the best in the country. You know, there's never a dull moment here, and we really want to work hard for them. I think we've enjoyed a lot of success because of our fans and just for the things that we put into it.
Brian, talk a little about the injuries on the ball club. I felt that when Bobby Hurley was injured, Grant Hill kind of stepped up. And when Grant got hurt, I thought you played some of your best ball. Talk about how the team approached when the guys got hurt.
Well, I think we're all so very confident in the things that we do as a team. And when we lose someone, that means that everyone else would have to do more. We never suggest that we're the best team, but I think we work very, very hard, and we're very confident. Some of the things that I did while Grant and Bobby were hurt were things that I do every day in practice. But there's so many guys who can play really well in this first five that it's hard getting shots and doing some things sometimes. But when it has to be done, I felt like I could do those things.
Brian, will this team repeat as NCAA champions?
Sure they will.
I think we have as good a chance as anyone. I think with Christian and Bobby and Grant back and Thomas and myself, I think we're very, very talented. I think if we put the effort in and work very hard, we'll be in Minneapolis.
Hey, guys, don't forget the coach when you talk. Say with those guys and the coach.
Well,
okay?
Yeah, you know, he does a little bit. I don't know how much he really does. We're out there working hard.
Hey, Brian, let me amend that and say better than most. Good luck at the upcoming tournament.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, back with a final word here at the Cameron as Duke is primed and ready to make a run.
Ladies and